Maybe make this a little bit brighter. Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Synth Saturdays. Today we have something interesting here. I have a rough arrangement of the song that I've made on these YouTube videos. So I don't have an intro right now. I have verse, pre-chorus and a chorus, and this has just been duplicated a second time. Let me just rename this part to a bridge. A lot of people struggle with filling up their arrangements. They think their arrangements sound empty. They think the productions don't sound full. Something feels missing. So my goal today is to show how I would go about fixing an arrangement that I think feels, like I said, empty or doesn't feel professional or whatever. And just maybe primarily through layering and defining transitions or adding just some loops, try and firstly define the sections better, and secondly try to make the production more fuller. So with that in mind, process always remains the same for me. Start from the chorus, make that full, or produce that first, whatever, and then work backwards, maybe then to the verse, or maybe then the pre-chorus and the verse. And once that is done, then you move on to the other sections, like the verse 2. I'll rename this afterwards to a verse 2 or a pre-chorus 2 and a chorus 2, and then first figure out this first section, and then after that move on to the second section and make differences such that the second part feels different from the first part, which is more important for me because normally singers or songs have the luxury of having the lyrics different, like the second verses or the second choruses. But since I am making an instrumental song only, so it is more important for me to differentiate sections better so that the song doesn't feel monotonous. So with that in mind, let's play the chorus. Part of me making the arrangement fuller or making the production feel fuller also might include mixing a little bit, like adding a compressor or an EQ to make the production fit together better. But that I also include basic tone shaping, I also include in production in my mind. Simple starting point can be just textures from synths. So I can find some tuned loops. Maybe I can duplicate the chords onto this. So this is part of layering. I'm reinforcing the chords or reinforcing some already existing melody that I can feel inside the arrangement. And I'm not trying to create more parts. I'm just trying to recreate, just trying to reinforce something that already exists there. That doesn't work. And since I'm probably using these parts only for, like, say, the chorus, and probably not using the same thing for the verse or the pre-chorus because I don't want the sections to sound too similar, I need some difference. So I am bouncing this, and then I will change, if I need the same synth, then I will change the preset so that I don't have to save everything, but I can keep moving on and keep bouncing the parts that I need. I need something that can just play that chord, the hit of the chord more. Since the piano is not doing that, this works. So I can fix the voicings a little bit better, yeah. So this can pan left and right. Yeah. Maybe make this a little bit brighter. Also add saturation to let the lead stand out a little bit more. This we can also print. I recommend to develop the habit of committing to things because it forces you to make your parts better when you're making them, and more importantly to move on when you're done with the part and to not get stuck tweaking a part the entire production. I could also send this to my reverb. So this is also part of production. It's not just about arrangement, it's not just about picking the right parts, but also making the sounds fit together better. You can add maybe also some saturation to this. Already sounds much better. Let's just test something. So this is something that I use a lot. This is the tonal balance control by Isotope. Yes, by Isotope. And this lets me check or reference my production or mix or whatever to a certain standard. I'm not sure what exactly songs or what reference they're using, but it lets me check my production against a reference. And I can get a visual reference if I am in the right ballpark or not, right? So this feels about right. Why I opened this is because I had a feeling that there was a little less high mids in the song because the M50Xs are a little mid heavy, like the 1 to 5K regions. So that is heavy. So I felt that these might be less, but this is surprisingly fine. All I could do is cut a little bit of, I think, 200-300. So there's also an option of doing like the fine, which shows frequency wise what is right and what is not. So 300 to 500, more in the 4 to 500 region. I think it's probably the guitar. Yeah, probably the guitar. So we can cut some of that. And we can add some high mids to our lead synth. So this sounds much fuller to me than before, and as you can see, not too much. I haven't added too much. I think there's just this, and I think like the chord, and just adding some saturation and some compression and EQ. So I've just balanced it out a little better, made it sound a little better, and added a few things. So this is why I say that mixing and production are very close and they're very interlinked, because you have to do all of this, which is technically mixing in production as well. So we need to create a slightly different arrangement for this part. My usual process with interludes is that I try to keep it very similar to the choruses, but add a little bit of difference. So instead of this, I can use an electric strumming pattern. Find something nice. double time guitar might work. Instead of the pattern, it's better to have a chord. And I had a lead synth part, like duplicating the guitar lead. So is this a bass guitar? I think it's a bass guitar. Yeah. I like it. So the part works by itself, needs to be filled a little more and needs to have a transition added to it. So transition in the sense, just a simple drum fill would do. I could also add the crashes to the start of each loop so that it just feels more natural, really. The synth part can go up an octave. And again, crash hits and the repetition of a loop. So they're not there. And a snare build-up. On every hit, yeah, yes. And just also remove the guitar there and add a crash hit. So two. So normally the drum hits. So two hits, two cymbals. Yeah, much better, much better. This has too much low end, needs a little bit of EQ. So last thing, when I was hearing this, one last thing came to mind. This can use strings. So let's just add, not do too much, but just add the strings as pads, simple pads. I can just play it. That's only two chords, that's fine. So you probably weren't able to hear it, but can this go an octave above? Yes, that would be better. So that should be it. I think we have done a decent amount of difference with not too many moves, which is the right goal always. So before we end the video, let's listen to what we have done. that is very nice. I think that solves the purpose of making our production sound more fuller or arrangement sound more fuller by changing many transitions and doing some more layering. So yeah, let's end it at that. And thank you for watching another episode. I hope that you were able to learn something, that you were able to see how I made changes in my arrangement and how few small things can make a big difference. And yeah, if you like the video, check out my other videos, leave a like, subscribe if you want more, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.